Hello, this is my very long since promised haul video, being recorded on my phone, which is a Galaxy Note, which is very difficult to hold in one hand. This is all the shit I've bought that I probably shouldn't have. Two PS2s, one is broken and I got a refund. I'm gonna try and fix it. The worst controller in human history is here. Unfortunately it's broken, so I can't use it, ironically, but not that I want to, because the D-pad is awful. You can see under there, it's not actually 4 buttons, it's just the one. But yeah, the analog sticks are very broken, and it has a mystery button. I don't know what that does. Two things not mine, because I don't have a USB connector for them yet though, which I want to get. This sort of pretend first party controller, which, you know, looks legit enough, feels nice. The only issue is, for whatever reason, it's missing some screws, so I'm going to need to get some screws for it. Probably going to take another Batman controller, a PS1 controller. This was actually shipped with the first PS2 I got, the one that ended up being broken that I got a refund for. I'm assuming it was probably an honest mistake by the seller, because he also sells PS1s. So probably just chucks the wrong one in. But yeah, that's the hardware. There's also a DS here, which is kind of irrelevant, but let's put that up there. So, PS2s, this is the broken one. It's also got a missing thing on the front there. This one works mostly. It has some issues reading discs, usually in that it takes a while, which is unfortunate. Yeah, so the collection, the non-obvious stuff, because there's a lot of PS2 games obviously. This is Resistance 3 in a steelbook. I got it for $5, and it was kind of an impulse thing. I never played it, but I heard good things, so I grabbed it, and it looks neat, although I did think that this wear was purely cosmetic. This is difficult to frame. It's not actually purely cosmetic. It's actually just very poorly taken care of, but honestly it quite fits the design. The stickers will not come off. I'm going to need to put more work into that. The other notable thing I have here is this SOCOM US Navy SEALs big box. This came with the headset. The headset is in here. I'm not going to take it out of the plastic. Take the Batman controller for a bit. It's in plastic. Foam. It's because the earpiece has completely disintegrated, which appears to be a very common issue with the PS2 headsets, unfortunately. So yeah, it's an issue. The pop filter for the microphone is perfectly intact and feels new. Oh god, I think I have foam on my hands again. Foam inside, maybe. My ceiling light is in a very awkward position that casts this entire little nook, which is meant to be, I guess, a built-in desk with a mirror, in shadow, so I'm having to use my phone's light. Back later. I have, both my hands. Other shit. So, I guess I'll go over these. This is just World at War Final Fronts, which is the PS2 port of World at War, which is actually based on an earlier build, I think. Something to that effect. So it has some content that was originally meant for World at War, but didn't make it into the final game, which I think is very interesting. Unfortunately, this copy of it locks after the PS2 logo, which is a shame. I might be able to get it working at some point. Maybe it's the console having the issue. This is just Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1 Collector's Edition for the original Xbox. I bought this as a kid. This is my childhood copy. Most of these I bought recently. This is just Gran Turismo 3A spec. It came in a case that was broken, so I took it out. This is rather interesting. This is, it says there, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation. It's, all about. Guess who's dead and loving it? Medieval. Power of PlayStation. We can get the disc out. I don't want to grab the disc. It feels wrong. It's very difficult to get out though. The disc labels it Australian Summer Special. I haven't actually bothered to test it yet. Also because I don't have a TV at the moment. But I assume that's the right disc. It's just an interesting little thing. I guess it's an Australia-specific demo disc. This has an interesting story because this was inside the box for SOCOM. And I got this from a pawn shop. That's A-W, not O-R. My accent makes them very similar. And this didn't have a price tag on it. So I opened it up to have a look, see what it's in, because it was very heavy, and I thought, holy shit, it's got the game and the headset. And I see Spec Ops Stealth Patrol. Phone light, please. Poking out at me. And I went up and asked, and the guy reckons that someone nicked the actual game, that, or it was sold to them with this in there, and they just never bothered to check. Which, considering they didn't have a price tag on it, seems pretty likely. So that's that. This was also from a pawn shop. Cyberbuilder 1. They kept this in a case. I thought it was going to be overpriced, but it was $5, which is pretty good because these cost as much as $20 in Power Agents. Unfortunately, if I had looked at the back, I would know this, but I was just so excited. It's in French. In the car on the way home, I noticed it was in French, and I figured, yeah, it's Power Region, that's Euro. So, Euro region games will often have a language selector. It doesn't. It works fine. It has a big crack in the front of the case, as you can see there, and the hinge is a bit broken. But it's in French. But it works. So that's nice. This is my childhood copy of Cyberbuilder 2. It's in pretty good condition, considering how poor I took care of most of my games. This one is in English. It has a big old sticker on the back though. But, you know, childhood copy. I'm surprised it survived. So, you may notice that I have not just 2, but 3 copies of Dora Saves the Mermaids. The DS version is actually a different game. It's much more simplistic, which is pretty common for handheld versions of games. Still is, I guess. Are there any big handheld console out right now? I guess the 3DS is still the thing. I don't know. Yeah, I have 3 copies. Because reasons. Anywho, I've got some iToy games, well, just one at the moment actually. I have a couple more on the way. And I bought an iToy camera because I'm planning on streaming and let's playing maybe. iToy games. They are crap, generally speaking. Most of these have been bought, I think actually the majority, maybe about half were bought in a big bundle from someone on Gumtree, which is kind of like a Craigslist thing, I guess, for Americans. It's in Australia and I think the UK. And it was $30 for about 25, I think, games. Most of them were in pretty abysmal condition. Also 2 microphones, which is pretty good. I would assume they were probably kept in like a cupboard or a shed, maybe. So yeah, not the greatest condition. The worst was Hitman Blood Money, which I'll try and show off. But I feel like the lighting isn't going to be very... Let's see how well this comes across. Yeah. This stuff does not wash off. There we go. Yeah, this stuff doesn't wash off. I tried. You might be able to get it off with like a proper cleaning thing. I just used water and a microfiber cloth. Incidentally, when I dried the top of the disc off with the tissue came away brown. So, I think a kid got to that game at some point. But yeah. This clear case, this is robots for the PS2. The case is a FIFA PS3 game case. I don't know why. Just get a better look at some of these games. This is my childhood copy of Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, which is nice. I believe it doesn't work, but you know, it's nice to have. Mercenaries, this is my childhood copy of Mercenaries. Very good game, made by Pandemic. You would know them for Battlefront, the originals. I have like a lot of duplicates of GTAs. One of these, I'm not going to lift the pile with one hand because it's probably going to fall over. One of these is like the double pack version, and one is the platinum version. One of the San Andreas ones has the map, but the map has been torn up, so I don't have the GTA San Andreas map. I have the Vice City map, the 3 map, and I have my original PS3 copies GTA 4 map, which has this nice lady. This has been sitting in a box for the better part of a decade. It's in surprisingly good condition. I have here a very strange looking PS1 memory card. This was also meant to be a PS2 memory card, sent with the first console I bought, but again, I'm assuming it's an honest mistake. That or, you know, like I think it was advertised 7.2. Maybe he threw an extra one in because I bought a bunch of shit from the guy. This is a PS2 card, Mad Cats, so it's a historical relic now. They're under, are they under, or did they just sell a bunch of shit? I don't know. So this has selectable slots. I'm not sure why. I'm sure there's a reason, but you know. Here we just have a bunch of my old PC games, and we have this capture card I bought. It's an Ava Media LGP Lite GL310. I use it to capture shit. It seems fine. The drivers are a bit weird. It has this weird utility it wants me to use. I think it's just PC games I bought, mostly as a kid. Dawn of War is gamer's choice. I hate this case style, I really do. So, that sucks. Fallout Collection. I was very disappointed by this because the tactics was just not on the disc. I haven't checked now because I don't have a disk drive in my desktop anymore. But if I remember correctly, the Tactics installer was a launcher with a link to a dead download server. So I don't know what was going on there. And at the time I ran Windows Vista, so neither of these ran. This is my original copy of Medieval 2 Total War Gold Edition. Unfortunately, I let a friend install my copy because he quite liked it, and disc 1 was required to play, and I'm like, yeah, I don't play it much, you'll have a chance to give it back. Yeah, he never gave it back. I mean, I never asked for it, he didn't steal it or anything. DEFCON, Everybody Dies, very nice game. You can get it on Steam, I think. It's a very strange, the case is a bit damaged. It's a very strange sort of strategy game. Very weird, like not weird. It's interesting. Terrifying too. Modern Warfare 2, nothing particularly special here. This was, sadly enough, my first PC game. My laptop at the time could not run it. I don't know why I bought it. The next game I got was Star Wars Battlefront for the PC. My laptop at the time could also not run that. Then we have Rome, Total War Alexander. 2 for $30. And this is Rome Total War Gold Edition, with the base game and Barbarian Invasion, trying not to blind people with the light. These were bought from Game. I think they've pretty much gone under nowadays. They're more UK based, maybe. I'm sure that's going to sound great on this microphone. I don't have a proper microphone or camera setup, so I'm using my phone. I think I already said that. Whatever. I guess the DS. This was $25, so I got it. I thought, wow, I mean, that's really cheap, and I have another console, and I had one of these as a kid. I quite like the DS in terms of its physicality, I guess, its design, more than I actually like the games on it. Unfortunately, this one is faulty, which is a bit of an issue. And it just, like, most of the time, if you boot it up, it just won't load the disc properly. Not the disc, the card. This, incidentally, Super Screwlords, great game. A fun thing here, actually. Imagine my secret world. It's like a virtual diary sort of dealy. And you can password protect it. Guess what? This is password protected. This is not worth shit, basically. It's unplayable. Not that it would be worth more if it were playable. By most accounts, it's not a very good game. It's not really a game, necessarily. But, yeah, that's that. So this is what I've spent way too much money on over the last month.